we've got another episode of Conversations with Kim in the car. And Christy's probably going to chime in on that too. So we're going to talk about analysis paralysis. And I'm going to talk about this from the viewpoint. I'm going to take my glasses off today because they're bothering me. We're going to talk about this from the viewpoint of me and us being in analysis paralysis, and maybe some of what may be causing it for people, because I think we're kind of seeing it ourselves in something that we're doing right now. So we don't do a ton of Facebook marketing. We're kind of learning about Facebook and, how to grow groups or how to grow and just market to get leads and that kind of thing digitally, okay? And so we've been we actually reached out to some marketing companies that do this kind of activity, social media marketing, that kind of thing. And we had a conversation with them, said, hey, this is what we're trying to accomplish. We're not experts. We really know nothing about it. And, we talked. They gave us some insight. They gave us a proposal. And then we probably met with them 4 more times, right? And just when we think we understand and we're like, okay, yeah, I think this makes sense. It's a lot of money, but I think it makes sense, and I think it will accomplish what we want. Or we want to tweak it a little bit, and we go back and say, hey, can we break this apart and do this? We come to find out that we don't have a clear understanding, right? And so I feel like we're in analysis paralysis because we keep, wanting to have more conversation. We keep wanting to talk about it and look at it and go, oh, have we covered everything? Is this really what we need, right? And I'm like, well, I'm going to spend this much money. Is it really going to give us what we want? And how do we measure it? And how do we get metrics? And blah, 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 right? So, because I don't want to just spend a ton of money and then not be able to measure it and not be able to get my money back, right? There's got to be some benefit. So I'm probably, honestly pissing off this company because I keep going back and, saying, oh, I'm not clear, I'm not, but how are you going to do this? How will I know that this is working? Because we don't know ourselves, right? This is new territory for us. So I was sitting here and we've been talking about doing a little video on analysis paralysis, and obviously as it relates to the real estate industry and investing. And I'm like, well, heck, holy crap. I'm kind of experiencing it right now. It's just a little bit different, but this is probably why some people are in this analysis paralysis, is because you don't have a clear grasp on these new concepts.
But do you have to?
Good question. So Christy says, and you don't have to get into the picture, but at least you'll know we're talking together here. So do you have to know everything? You don't. But
I think you need to communicate what your end goal is and what you want and make that clear. But you have to understand every single aspect of it.
You don't, but I think probably what's happening for people, right? If I step back, the fact that you don't understand it's really hard, to make a decision and go, right, okay, I want to go forward. Like for me in this situation, I stand to be spending $2,000 to implement something with this company. And if I spend $2,000, I'm going to want to get at least 4 back, right? So that's where I'm getting stuck myself. It's like, because I don't know, am I going to get it? Am I not? Am I thinking about this right? Are they leading me down the right path, right? So I think, again, you don't have to know everything, because I could just take a leap of faith and hope that I'm working with the right company and they are being honest and they are being ethical and they are telling me and they are understanding me, but they're telling me what I should be doing, and they are understanding my end game. So at some point, I guess you almost have to have faith and you have to take a leap of faith. And that's hard when you don't get it and you don't understand, you don't know, did I run the numbers right? Did I plug everything into the spreadsheet right for the deal analysis? Did I ask enough questions? Did I get the right answers from the seller? Did I do the market analysis right? Did I calculate the ARV correctly? Did I calculate the rehab budget correctly? Because if I don't know if I've done those things right, I could be getting stuck because of all this fear I'm in.
Right.
So I'm like sitting here going, well, shoot, how in the world am I going to get myself unstuck? And can you actually utilize some of what I might do to help you with your real estate investing?
Okay. I think what you did today was good. You stepped back and you clarified everything as far as what you want, your end goal. And I think that helped.
Yeah, and I learned a little bit more, and I learned something. I had an aha moment. I'm like, oh crap, I didn't even know that, right? Like, okay, so I think the bottom line here is you got to ask enough questions. You have to be comfortable, but at some point you have to do something to take yourself out of the stuckness, because I have to make a decision in relation to this advertising. Am I going to move forward or not? Am I going to take this next proposal and do something with it? And here's the deal. If it comes in, I don't like the price, I can sign up for it for 1 or 2 months and be done with it. If it's not working, if it's not what I expected, I can be done with it. Now, there's risk in that, obviously, and I have to have the money to do it, but it gets me off the pot, so to speak, right? And if I'm not comfortable with it, then I might want to find some disinterested party to talk through it and say, okay, do you know a little bit more than me? And does this make sense? Right?
Because if you don't get off the pot and make a decision, it's going to be 2 more months down the road, right?
Right. And it's going to be 2 more months, and I'm not going to be accomplishing the goal I want to with doing this advertising. So, so yeah, I mean, but I guess I have another whole appreciation for being stuck in analysis paralysis that we just wanted to kind of share and say, hey, look, I mean, we get it, right? We get it. You're going to have it. It's going to happen, and you're going to be afraid. So the best that you can do is learn, right? The best that you can do is find somebody that you can learn from that's going to teach you about the things that you need to do. And in order to, look at a deal and make sure it's a good deal. And then, surround yourself with people that you can go and, get some insight from, and maybe share it with, and, maybe get a mentor. Because at the end of the day, doing nothing is not the right path. Right. Doing something without any thought process is not the right path. So you have to be somewhere in the middle. So you definitely need to make sure you have some training material on whatever the thing is you're trying to figure out in real estate investing, and make sure you know how to do it, think through it, calculate it, and then make sure that you feel comfortable your numbers are okay. And maybe run it by somebody who is a mentor or a coach or a friend, that has said, hey, I'll help you. Or do a joint venture with somebody that you could pull in and say, does this make sense, right? So you definitely, you have to do that, and you have to move forward, and it's okay to make a mistake, right? I mean, forgive yourself, like do something, and if you did make a mistake, you look at it as an opportunity and a learning opportunity, but don't beat yourself up if maybe you lost $1,000 or $2,000. Don't beat yourself up about it, because you are in the learning phase. But try to bring as many people as you can. Wow, are you going to fit in this? Bring as many people as you can into it, but don't just not do it, and don't wait too long, because these deals that you're coming across, if they're good deals, they're not going to last very long. So I don't know if any of this made sense. I hope it did. So I don't know, any last passing words, Christy, about your thoughts on analysis paralysis and just doing it and being done with it and moving on? And
no, I think that was perfect. Just get her done, make some decisions, be in action.
yeah, absolutely. And again, make them informed, you know, but make them, and don't not make them, and don't like stretch it out for 2 or 3 months, right?
Yeah.
And we're all doing it. I mean, in some aspect of our life, we're all doing it.
When you find yourself doing it, just be aware of it and, you know, start making some decisions and be in action.
Yeah, step back and maybe go talk to somebody and talk it out so
Yep.
that you can move forward.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks a lot for listening to Step Off the Edge with Kim Cerrato. Conversations with Kim in the car.
Bye.
Conversations with Kim and Christy in the car. Bye-bye.